Hi, welcome back to my garden. Today I wanted to show you some of the progress on some of the seeds that I sowed a few weeks ago. I did an indoor batch and an outdoor batch. The outdoor batch are in the unheated greenhouse, and we have had a lot of germination, which is kind of surprising, especially for the outdoor ones. I didn't think that they would do anything till like, I don't know, maybe March. Anyway, I'll show you those and how they're doing. But first I wanted to show you a few more seeds that I'm gonna sow. There was a local event here last Saturday that had like a big seed swap and also just like a bunch of small vendors selling seeds. And I got these ones from a place called Raven Song, and they're just like, I don't know, 20 minutes away from here, and they grow everything on their property and then harvest all the seeds, and it's mostly native things, plus a few others. So today I have great blue lobelia. So this one's native to the eastern US. They grow like tall spires of kind of purpley, lavendery blooms, and they're amazing, and the hummingbirds love them. So those are cool. And then I'm gonna do a big batch of red Russian kale. We like to eat kale, and also it looks really nice in the garden. So I thought doing a whole tray of that would be a good idea. And then our native lupins. So these are the big leaf lupins. They have big leaves and blue flowers, and they're just like awesome. And again, like the bees and the hummingbirds love them. It says here that they're nitrogen fixing too, which kind of makes sense because they're in the pea family. And then the last one's German chamomile. So we're planting a whole bed that's just gonna be herbs and I guess kind of medicinals. So, and I love chamomile tea, and I guess this one makes a good tea. So the first one that I'm gonna sow is the German chamomile. And the seeds are really tiny. I don't know if the camera will pick this up even, but they're just like minute. So I'm just gonna do my best to like sprinkle them. And for all four of these, the instructions were the same. It said to sow them to twice the thickness of the seed. So these are like, I don't know, a millimeter thick or less. So I guess that basically means sow them very lightly. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna sprinkle them all on the surface, and then I'll just put a little bit of pumice on top to kind of help them not wash away. Okay, sweet. So that's the German chamomile, and I'll cover them all after. And there's lots of seeds left over. I guess these ones self-sow pretty well too, so we might have a little patch of them by the end of the summer. Next one is the lupins. And these ones definitely need like a cold period, but the ones that I found in the garden the other day, I can show you like a picture, because I found one of the flower spikes of these red lupins that we had that I had just like let it like flop and stay there. I never cleaned it up. And there were literally like dozens of tiny lupin seedlings that had formed like after the frost that we had. So I ended up transplanting like a full tray of them. So we'll see how those do with being transplanted. But yeah, it was like pretty awesome. So I think as soon as we get like a little bit of a cold snap, these should germinate. So that's the lupins. And then the Russian kale. These ones are like little bollies. Okay, there's like maybe two, and in some cases three, but I can always just thin out the young one. And a friend was telling me recently too about just like any of the extra ones that you call are just like microgreens, so we can still just like eat those. Okay, and then last one's the grape blue lobelia. I'm really excited about these because it's one of the ones that you can just like never find in stores here. You can find like cardinal flower, and I guess this one's also medicinal. I had heard that lobelias are poisonous, but I guess maybe it's used as like a topical or something. And these have really minute seeds as well. So I'm just gonna do like a gentle sowing. And these ones, I know that they need like a lot of moisture once they grow up. Like they never wanna dry out. They like can't handle it. So I'm guessing that the little ones are going to be like that too. We have consistently like about 90% humidity here in winter, so I'm not too worried about covering them or anything because they'll stay pretty humid or pretty moist. Okay, sweet. So that's all of them. I'm just going to cover them with a little pumice, and then I'm going to take them down to the greenhouse. Back in the greenhouse, and we brought everything down. I think I lost my train of thought earlier when I was saying that the soil that I'm using I've already moistened because I didn't want to water them after and then have the tiny seeds wash away. So I moistened it first, like watered it really well, and I actually put just a little bit of water in the trays too, just so that the bottoms would stay moist. But they're all laid out here, and I'm excited to see. I feel like some of them are going to germinate pretty quickly, but I wanted to show you the other ones that I sowed, I want to say 10 days ago, but maybe it was like 2 weeks at this point. So we have, these are the 3 trays. So on this one, I have the calendula, the orange something or other, I can't read my handwriting, but like a few of them have poked their heads up. And then over here, I have 2 different cosmos. So the Rubenza cosmos and the cupcake white have both started germinating. And then on this side, I have the centennial broccoli, like those have pretty much all germinated. And then from the spinach, like quite a few have and are in the process of germinating. So really excited for that. And then this is the tray of those red lupins that I was talking about. So yeah, I basically just like put them all in here, just place them on top, and hopefully they'll just figure it out and kind of root their way down. But they were all just like lying on the surface. Like they just had like, there were like one curly little root and it was just on the surface. So hopefully that's their process. So let me take you inside and show you how the indoor sowing ones are doing. Okay, so we're back inside, and most things are still, you know, doing their thing, but I have this tray of Dusty Miller, and pretty much all of them have germinated. There's a little bit of a gap in the middle, but I think that that may have been a sowing issue. So with these ones, I was a little bit on the fence if I should cover them or not, because I guess they can get kind of mildewy easily and kind of rot away. So I covered them just until I started seeing the little leaves poke up, and now they're uncovered. And there's actually a fan here as well, so they won't ever get like too dry. And then I have one more tray, which I'll have to take you into the garage to show you because I've already moved it. Okay, so this is the latest setup, and we are in the garage, which is unheated. Right now, it's just about like 8 degrees Celsius, which is like 47 or something Fahrenheit. And it kind of stays about this temperature. It doesn't dip below 7, doesn't really go above 10 this time of year anyway. So in this tray, I have violas, snapdragons, and then some sweet peas. So as soon as these ones poke their heads up, I brought them in here because indoors it will be too hot. I think they'll grow too quickly and flop and be weak and stuff. And I think these ones like it pretty cold. So they'll already be partway acclimatized to being outside. So I feel like once we get to March or so and most of the frost is behind us, I think I'll be able to plant them out. I also have our little lemon tree here, which looks really happy and I think likes being a little bit on the cooler side. So yeah, this will be kind of an in-between stage for bringing stuff from indoors out. Also, any of the hardy perennials or annuals that I've sowed, so like the delphiniums, once those pop up, I can bring those out here as well because I think they'll prefer to grow in this kind of temperature zone. Sweet, so thanks for coming along today, and I'll catch you next time.